Chosen one. You did not arrive here by chance. This moment is marked, appointed, and aligned with heaven's perfect timing. What you are hearing now is not ordinary information. It is a summons. Anointed one. You are standing at the threshold of a supernatural shift, where provision moves suddenly and doors open without warning. Scripture says, "The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous," and this word is stirring that promise into motion. Your spirit sensed it before your mind could explain it. Stay present. Stay reverent. What God is about to reveal is preparing you to receive a financial breakthrough that will unfold sooner than you expect. Chosen one, hear this slowly and let it settle in your spirit. What is unfolding right now is not delayed, not postponed, and not symbolic. It is active. Heaven is already moving. I know that phrase can sound abstract, but I'm speaking from lived ground, from moments where nothing looked different on the surface, yet everything had already shifted underneath. There are hours in life when God does more than He does in years, and this is one of those hours for you. Anointed one. This is not about tomorrow or next season. This is about now. The reason your spirit feels restless, alert, almost unable to relax, is because something has been released that requires readiness, not preparation. Preparation already happened in the quiet seasons, in the nights where you prayed without words, in the months where nothing made sense, but you stayed faithful anyway. Heaven never wastes those seasons. They were positioning you for speed. I want to be honest with you. There were times in my own journey when I thought delay meant denial. I remember watching others move ahead while my life felt paused. Same prayers, same effort, same faith. But nothing changed. Or so it seemed. What I did not know then was that God was stacking outcomes behind the scenes. When the release finally came, it did not trickle, it rushed. That is how divine timing works. It looks slow until it is sudden. Chosen one. The breakthrough approaching you is not only spiritual, it is tangible. It will touch your finances, your provision, your sense of stability. This is a supernatural transfer, not necessarily from one person to another, but from heaven into your life through means God chooses. Scripture says that He opens doors no one can shut, and when He opens them, you do not need permission from systems, bosses, or circumstances. You only need alignment. Right now, alignment is the assignment. Not striving, not convincing, not forcing outcomes. Alignment. That means your heart must be settled even while your life is about to move fast. God trusts you with speed only when you can remain anchored. If you panic, rush, or doubt, you may miss the fullness of what is arriving. This is why the urgency is sacred, not anxious. Anointed one, you are not being asked to believe harder. You are being asked to stay open. Many people miss divine provision, not because they lack faith, but because they already decided how it must arrive. God often moves through unexpected channels. A conversation you did not plan, an opportunity that looks small at first, a door that opens quickly and requires a yes before you feel ready. This is where surrender matters. Let me ground this for you. Think about the times you almost quit, the days you questioned whether your obedience was worth it, the moments where you felt unseen, underpaid, overlooked, or simply tired. Those moments were not wasted. They trained your discernment. They taught you patience without passivity. They prepared you to receive without fear. That preparation is being activated now. Chosen one. This next movement will feel different. It will not come with chaos. It will come with clarity. You will notice decisions becoming easier, conversations aligning without effort, a sense of inner confirmation that does not shout but settles. That is how you will know it is God. Peace will arrive before the provision does. That peace is your signal to stay ready. I need you to hear this clearly. Readiness is not about having everything figured out. It is about being willing to move when the signal comes. When heaven moves within hours, hesitation becomes costly. Not because God withdraws, but because momentum matters. When the cloud lifts, you move. That principle has never changed. Anointed one. Some of what is coming will challenge old limits you accepted as normal. You may have told yourself, this is as far as it goes. This is just how life is. God is about to rewrite that internal narrative. The transfer coming is not only external, it is internal authority, a knowing that you are supported, a confidence that does not need validation. Stay with me here. Do not rush ahead mentally. Do not scroll away emotionally. This moment is asking for presence. The next few hours are not about effort. They are about attention. Pay attention to nudges, to timing, to words that repeat, to ideas that surface quietly. These are not random. They are coordination. Chosen one. If your spirit feels stirred, that is confirmation, not coincidence. Heaven does not stir without intention. Something has already begun, and this is only the first movement. What comes next will require your agreement, not your perfection. Stay ready, stay grounded, stay open. Chosen one. Now that your spirit is awake, it is important to understand what kind of moment this really is. This is not hype. This is not emotional build-up. This is a convergence. Heaven does not rush, but when timing locks in, movement accelerates. What you are stepping into was scheduled long before you recognized it. That is why it feels sudden to you, but orderly to God. Anointed one. I want to speak plainly for a moment. Financial breakthrough does not always look like a miracle dropping from the sky. Sometimes it looks like clarity. Sometimes it looks like an exit from something that has been draining you. Sometimes it looks like a door opening that you once ignored because it did not match your expectations. God often answers prayers sideways so that faith matures, not just circumstances. I remember a season when I prayed specifically for provision, but what arrived first was discomfort, an invitation to leave what was familiar, an inner push that made no logical sense. At first I resisted it because I thought provision meant addition, not subtraction. But subtraction is often how God creates room. When I finally obeyed, what followed came faster than anything I could have planned. That is how I learned that readiness matters more than readiness looking. Chosen one. You may feel a similar tension right now. A quiet nudge telling you to pay attention, to review something, to reach out, to prepare documents, to clean up loose ends. Do not ignore that. These are not random impulses. They are instructions. The reason heaven moves in ours is because the groundwork is already done in the spirit. What remains is cooperation in the natural. This is why fear must be handled immediately. Fear does not always shout. Sometimes it disguises itself as logic, as caution, as waiting for more confirmation. But faith does not require endless confirmation. Scripture reminds us that faith is substance, not speculation. If you keep waiting until everything feels safe, you may miss the window where acceleration happens. Anointed one, you are not being rushed. You are being summoned. There is a difference. Rushing produces anxiety. Summoning produces clarity. If anxiety rises, pause, breathe, realign. God's voice carries weight, but not panic. When the instruction is from Him, it will be firm, yet calm. Learn to distinguish urgency from fear. Urgency feels focused. fear feels scattered, I want you to notice something. Over the past days or weeks, you may have been revisiting old thoughts, old ideas, old visions you once laid down. That is not nostalgia. That is retrieval. God often restores unfinished assignments before releasing new resources. What is coming may connect to something you started years ago or something you thought was over. Pay attention to what keeps resurfacing. Chosen. One divine transfer is not only about money. Money follows alignment. Transfer begins with authority. When God shifts your internal posture, external resources respond. This is why some people receive sudden opportunities while others do not. It is not about worth. It is about readiness to steward what arrives. Ask yourself honestly, if what you prayed for arrived tonight, would you know what to do with it tomorrow morning? This is not condemnation. It is calibration. If the answer feels unclear, that clarity will come quickly if you stay open. God does not release provision without wisdom, but wisdom often comes moments before the provision itself. Anointed one, do not underestimate small confirmations. A message, a number, a phrase you overhear twice. These are not superstitions, they are signals. God speaks in patterns when speed is involved. When you see repetition slow down internally, something is being highlighted. Let me say this clearly. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not catching up. You are right on time. The reason it feels intense is because compression is happening. Seasons that were stretched are being folded into a short window. This is how restoration works. What seemed lost is redeemed through acceleration. Chosen. One, surrender here does not mean giving up control because you never had it. Surrender means releasing resistance. Stop arguing internally with what you already sense. Stop negotiating with obedience. Partial obedience delays momentum. Full obedience invites flow. There is a reason your heart feels both calm and alert at the same time. That combination is rare. It only happens when faith and timing meet. Guard that state. Do not let distractions pull you out of it. The next few hours matter not because God is impatient, but because alignment windows do not remain open indefinitely. Anointed one. This is also a moment to watch your words. Life and death truly are in the tongue, especially in transition. Do not speak doubt casually. Do not joke about failure. Do not downplay what you are sensing. Speak carefully. Speak expectancy. Even silence is better than negative confession right now. I am telling you this because I have lived through moments like this, and I have seen how easily they can be diluted by distraction. The breakthrough does not require you to do more. It requires you to stay present, stay receptive, stay responsive. Chosen one. What is unfolding is real. It is active. It is closer than it appears. This is only the second layer. What comes next will help you recognize the exact form this transfer will take. Stay with me. Chosen one, now is the moment to steady your inner world. When heaven moves quickly, the greatest danger is not opposition, it is distraction. What is arriving in your life does not need noise to announce itself. It needs awareness to be recognized. Many divine movements pass unnoticed because people are looking for spectacle instead of alignment. Anointed one, I want you to hear this clearly. You do not need to force anything today. You do not need to prove your faith. You do not need to convince God that you are ready. Your consistency already did that. The long obedience, the quiet endurance, the prayers you prayed even when hope felt thin. All of that has been counted. What remains is reception. There is a subtle shift that happens just before breakthrough. Your mind becomes quieter. Your reactions slow down. You start observing instead of chasing. If you notice yourself becoming more reflective than reactive, that is not withdrawal, that is positioning. God often calms the inner waters before releasing provision so that what arrives is not spilled. I remember a moment when I expected a dramatic answer to prayer. Instead, what I received was stillness. At first, I thought nothing was happening, but later I realized that stillness was the container. Within days, conversations aligned, resources surfaced, and doors opened without strain. The miracle did not announce itself. It unfolded naturally because the ground was ready. Chosen one. Your ground is ready now. That is why things feel sensitive. Words carry more weight. Thoughts land deeper. Choices feel more consequential. This is not pressure. This is precision. Heaven is fine-tuning your awareness so you can respond instead of react. Pay attention to how your body responds in this season. Fatigue that lifts suddenly. Energy that returns without explanation, a desire to organize, clean, or simplify. These are physical signs of transition. When God shifts seasons, the body often senses it before the mind understands it. Honor those signals. Rest when needed. Clear space where you can. Anointed. One, there may also be a temptation to revisit old fears. Not because they are returning, but because they are leaving. When something loses power, it often makes noise on the way out. Do not engage it. You are not being tested again. You are being released. If doubt whispers, answer it gently, not aggressively. Faith does not argue. It stands. You do not need to rehearse worst-case scenarios. Those rehearsals train the nervous system to expect delay. Instead, anchor yourself in what you already know. God has been faithful. He has carried you through what should have broken you. That same faithfulness has not expired. Chosen one. There is also an invitation here to forgive quietly. Not necessarily people, but seasons. Release resentment toward time itself. Release the feeling that life took too long. Time was not against you. Time was shaping capacity. What you are about to receive would have overwhelmed you before. Now it will fit. Anointed one. When provision comes from God, it does not come with confusion. Even if it surprises you, it will make sense in your spirit. There will be a click, an inner recognition. Trust that. You do not need external validation for what God confirms internally. Stay mindful of comparison right now. Someone else's breakthrough does not delay yours. In fact, it often signals proximity. When you see others receiving, suddenly do not shrink. Do not envy. Let it stir expectation. Heaven releases in clusters. Waves move through regions of obedience. Chosen one. This is also a moment to honor your boundaries. Not everyone needs access to your process. Some people will not understand the shift happening in you, and that is fine. You are not required to explain divine movement to human logic. Protect your peace. Peace is not passive, it is strategic. If an opportunity presents itself quickly, pause internally before responding externally. Ask for clarity, not signs. God often confirms through peace rather than repetition at this stage. If something feels aligned but unfamiliar, that does not mean it is wrong. Growth often feels like unfamiliar territory. Anointed one. Be careful not to over-spiritualize simple instructions. Sometimes God says, move, call, apply, respond. Obedience does not always feel spiritual, it feels practical. The supernatural often travels through ordinary steps. Take them faithfully. You may notice tonight or in the coming hours that ideas begin to surface effortlessly. Write them down, even if they seem incomplete, even if they seem small. Seeds matter. Many breakthroughs begin as impressions that only make sense later. Chosen one. Your role right now is not to predict the outcome. It is to remain aligned with the process. Trust builds momentum. Resistance slows it. Stay soft. Stay attentive. Stay willing. What is unfolding does not require perfection. It requires presence. You are not being asked to perform. You are being invited to receive. Let that truth settle. Remain steady. Remain open. This is how breakthrough arrives without struggle. Chosen one. There is a sacred responsibility that comes with moments like this, and it is not heavy, but it is real. When heaven begins to move, your awareness becomes stewardship. What you notice, what you nurture, what you protect in this window will shape how the blessing lands. This is not about earning anything. It is about honoring what is already being released. Anointed one, I want to talk about sensitivity. Not emotional sensitivity, but spiritual sensitivity. Right now, your spirit is closer to the surface than usual. That is intentional. God draws your awareness forward when timing matters. You may feel more affected by conversations, environments, even music. Choose carefully what you allow near you. Atmosphere matters in transition. There was a season in my life when opportunity arrived quietly, but I almost missed it because I was emotionally cluttered. Too many opinions, too much noise, too much explaining. When I finally withdrew into stillness, clarity came immediately. The opportunity did not change. I did, and that made all the difference. Learn from that. Simplicity sharpens discernment. Chosen one. You are not meant to chase signs right now. Signs will come to you naturally. When alignment is present, confirmation follows without effort. If you find yourself trying to force meaning onto everything, pause. God does not require interpretation gymnastics. His guidance carries weight and ease at the same time. This is also a moment to examine what you believe you deserve. That may sound strange, but many delays are internal, not external. If part of you believes blessing must come with struggle, you may subconsciously resist ease. God does not always bless through exhaustion. Sometimes He blesses through favor. Let favor feel safe. Anointed one. There is nothing wrong with receiving suddenly. There is nothing suspicious about provision arriving faster than expected. We often spiritualize suffering, but question ease. Release that pattern. Scripture reminds us that every good and perfect gift comes from above. Not every gift comes with a test. Some come as confirmation. Notice how your posture toward life is changing. You may feel less reactive, less defensive, less needy. That is not apathy. That is maturity. God often increases capacity before increasing responsibility. You are being trusted with more because you are less driven by fear. Chosen. One, finances are a sensitive area because they touch survival, identity, and freedom. If you have ever felt guilt around wanting more stability, release that now. Provision is not greed, it is capacity. It allows you to breathe, to give, to choose without panic. God is not offended by your desire for peace. There may be a moment where you are tempted to self-sabotage, to delay responding, to downplay an opportunity, to assume it will not last. Recognize that impulse. It is not intuition, it is old survival logic. Thank it for trying to protect you, then release it. You are not in the same season anymore. Anointed one, pay attention to timing today. Things may line up unusually fast. Emails answered quickly, decisions resolved with ease, schedules shifting without conflict. These are signs of flow. When flow is present, do not fight it by overthinking. Move with it gently. There is also an invitation here to gratitude before manifestation, not loud gratitude, quiet gratitude, the kind that steadies your nervous system. Gratitude anchors expectation without pressure. It says, I trust what is unfolding, even before I see it fully, or chosen one. You do not need to announce your faith publicly to prove it privately. Some breakthroughs are meant to be protected before they are shared. There will be a time to testify. For now, guard the seed. Not everyone has the capacity to celebrate what God is doing for you. You may feel a pull towards solitude later today or tonight. Honor that if you can. Solitude is not isolation, it is recalibration. God often speaks most clearly when external demands are quiet. You do not need to force prayer. Simply be present. Awareness itself is prayer in moments like this. Anointed One. If an old door closes, suddenly do not panic. Some endings happen quickly when a new beginning is near. Closure is not loss when it creates alignment. Trust the timing. God does not remove without replacing. There is a peace available to you right now that is not dependent on outcome. That peace is your anchor. Hold it. Protect it. If anxiety rises, return to your breath. Return to stillness. Peace is how you recognize the voice of God amid movement. Chosen one. What is happening is not fragile. You cannot break it by being human. You cannot miss it by being imperfect. Stay present. Stay willing. Stay receptive. The transfer unfolding is not only changing your circumstances, it is recalibrating your relationship with trust itself. Let it. This is how you step forward without fear and receive without resistance. Remain grounded. Remain open. This is how blessing lands gently and stays. Chosen one. There is a moment in every true transition where silence becomes more powerful than action. You may feel an unusual pause right now, not because things have slowed, but because they are consolidating. Heaven often gathers threads before weaving them together. What feels like stillness is actually alignment locking into place. Anointed One. This is where trust deepens beyond words. Trust not as belief, but as posture. You may notice that you are less compelled to explain yourself, less driven to seek reassurance, less interested in proving anything. That is not withdrawal, that is authority settling in. When God positions you for increase, He reduces your need for external validation. I want to ground this in something real. There was a season when I thought breakthrough would feel explosive. Instead, it felt calm, almost too calm. I questioned it. I wondered if I was missing something. But later, I realized that peace was the confirmation. Chaos was never the sign. Peace was. If what is coming feels steady rather than dramatic, that does not mean it is small. It means it is sustainable. Chosen. One's sustainability matters to God. He's not interested in blessing you in ways that collapse your inner world. That is why your nervous system is being gently regulated right now. You are learning to receive without panic, to hold without gripping, to move without rushing. This is wisdom forming beneath the surface. You may find yourself reflecting on old versions of yourself. The one who worried constantly, the one who chased approval, the one who felt guilty for wanting more. Do not judge those versions. Honor them. They carried you here. But they are not needed where you are going. Gratitude closes doors cleanly. Anointed One. This is also a moment to check your agreements. Not spoken ones, but internal ones. Agreements like I must struggle to deserve good things, or if I relax, everything will fall apart. These agreements kept you safe once, but they do not serve you now. Quietly release them. You do not need a ceremony. Awareness is enough. There may be moments where excitement rises, followed by fear. That is normal when capacity expands. Let excitement exist without needing to manage it. Let fear pass without engaging it. Neither needs your attention right now. Your attention belongs on alignment. Chosen one. If you are offered help, receive it. If you are offered opportunity, consider it openly. If you are offered rest, take it. Receiving is a skill. Many people pray for provision, but resist support when it arrives because it challenges their independence. Independence protected you before. Interdependence will bless you now. This is especially true with financial flow. Money is not just currency, it is energy tied to trust. If you believe money always leaves as quickly as it comes, that belief will shape your experience. Begin to expect stability, expect continuity, expect stewardship. These expectations create room for flow to remain. Anointed One, watch how you speak about yourself today, not publicly internally. Internal language shapes capacity. Speak with respect toward your own journey. You have done more right than you realize. You have endured more than most people see. Honor that. You may notice a desire to put things in order, to organize finances, to review plans, to clarify goals. This is not anxiety. It is preparation responding to alignment. Follow that impulse gently. Do not overdo it. Just enough to signal readiness. Chosen One, be careful not to romanticize the past right now. Nostalgia can feel comforting, but it can also anchor you to seasons that have already released you. Bless the past and let it remain where it belongs. Your future requires your full presence. There is also a subtle invitation to generosity of spirit. Not necessarily money yet, but kindness, patience, openness. Generosity keeps the heart expansive. Expansion is where blessing lands. Tightness repels flow. Softness invites it. Anointed One, if you feel emotions surface without clear reason, let it move. Tears are not weakness here. They are release. The body often lets go before the mind understands. Trust that process. You are not losing control. You are regaining wholeness. Pay attention to what feels light today, what feels easy, or what feels natural. God often guides through lightness when resistance is no longer needed. Do not confuse ease with laziness. Ease is alignment without friction. Chosen One, you are not waiting anymore. You are witnessing subtle shifts, witnessing internal recalibration, witnessing readiness arrive quietly. This is how real transformation happens, not loudly, not forcefully, but completely. Stay present, stay open, stay kind to yourself. What is unfolding does not require effort from you. It requires permission. Let it happen. Chosen One. There comes a point where faith stops feeling like something you are trying to hold and starts feeling like something that is holding you. That shift may be happening quietly right now. You are not striving as much. You are not rehearsing outcomes. You are simply present. This is not loss of intensity. This is maturity settling into your spirit. Anointed One, I want to speak to you about certainty. Not certainty of details, but certainty of direction. You may not know exactly how everything will unfold, yet you know you are not off course. That knowing is more powerful than plans. Plans can change. Direction anchors you even when circumstances move. There was a time in my life when I needed constant reassurance, signs, conversations, confirmation after confirmation. Looking back, I see that God was patient with that phase, but when trust matured, reassurance became unnecessary. The guidance did not increase. My capacity to hear it did. That is what is happening to you now. Chosen one. This is also a moment when old coping mechanisms start to feel unnecessary, overthinking, preparing for disappointment, keeping emotional distance just in case. These patterns once kept you safe. They do not fit the season you are entering. You may feel them loosening naturally. Let them go without judgment. Pay attention to your pace. If you feel drawn to slow down, even while things are aligning quickly, honor that. Speed does not require haste. God can move swiftly without you feeling rushed. When your inner pace stays steady, you make clearer decisions and recognize opportunity without panic. Anointed one. Your discernment is sharpening. You may find it easier to sense what is aligned and what is not. Conversations that once drained you now feel unnecessary. Commitments that no longer fit feel obvious. This is not rejection. This is refinement. God simplifies before He multiplies. There is a quiet confidence forming in you. Not the kind that needs to be announced, but the kind that changes how you stand, speak, and choose. This confidence does not come from success. It comes from survival, healing, and trust. It is earned through experience, not performance. Chosen one. You are also learning how to wait without tension. Waiting used to feel like punishment. Now it feels like preparation. That shift matters. When waiting loses its sting, it becomes sacred space. Space where clarity lands, space where insight surfaces, space where peace grows roots. Be mindful of your environment right now. What you surround yourself with will either amplify clarity or dilute it. Choose simplicity where you can. Choose quiet over noise. Choose honesty over performance. These choices create space for guidance to be unmistakable. Anointed one. There may be moments when you feel emotional without a clear story attached. That is integration happening. Parts of you that carried weight for years are releasing it now. Let the emotion move through. You do not need to analyze it. Completion does not always need explanation. This is also a season where trust becomes embodied. You trust not because things look perfect, but because you have seen God carry you through what should have broken you. That memory lives in your body now. It informs how you respond to uncertainty. It steadies you. Chosen one. If you feel less reactive to other people's opinions, that is growth. Approval no longer drives you. Alignment does. When alignment becomes your compass, you stop outsourcing decisions to fear or validation. You listen inwardly first. There is wisdom forming in you that cannot be rushed. Wisdom that knows when to speak and when to stay silent, when to move and when to wait, when to say yes and when to decline. This wisdom will protect what is coming so it can last. Anointed one, let me say this gently. You do not have to be hyper-vigilant right now. God is not trying to trick you. You do not need to decode every detail. What is meant for you will be clear. Confusion is not a test. Clarity is the signal. You may notice that your relationship with money, success, or provision is becoming calmer, less emotional charge, less fear, less urgency. This neutrality is healthy. It means money is becoming a tool again, not a threat or an idol. From this place, flow becomes easier. Chosen one. You are also being prepared to receive without guilt. Guilt for surpassing old limits. Guilt for doing better than expected. Guilt for having more ease than others. Release that now. Your blessing does not take away from anyone else. Abundance is not a competition. There may be an invitation soon to make a choice that feels simple but significant. It may not look dramatic. It may feel obvious. Trust that simplicity. God often speaks through what feels clear rather than what feels intense. Anointed One, notice how your breath feels right now. Deeper, slower, more settled. That is your nervous system recognizing safety. Safety is essential for receiving. You cannot receive fully when you are braced for impact. God is teaching you how to soften without losing strength. You are not losing your edge. You are gaining stability. Stability allows growth to last. Growth without stability collapses under pressure. What is forming in you now is built to endure. Chosen. One, you have done enough. You have waited enough. You have carried enough. This is not a season that demands more from you. It is a season that gives back. Stay present. Stay grounded. Stay receptive. What is unfolding is not fragile. It is supported, and you are ready to hold it. Chosen. Chatio. There is a sacred calm forming inside you, a quiet strength that no longer needs noise to prove itself. You are not bracing for loss or rehearsing disappointment anymore. Something deeper has settled. Trust is no longer an idea you reach for, it is a posture you live from. This calm did not come from ease. It was forged through endurance, silence, and survival. Now it holds you steady as movement begins around you, reminding you that true confidence does not rush, explain, or seek permission from fear. It arrives softly, stays firmly, and carries wisdom over time. Anointed One, alignment is happening between your inner knowing and the world around you. For a long time, your spirit ran ahead of your circumstances, seeing promise before evidence appeared. That distance required patience, humility, and courage. Now the gap is closing. What you believed privately is beginning to echo outward. When inner truth and outer reality meet, peace increases naturally. You do not have to force momentum. It is forming on its own, guided by timing, wiser than strategy and gentler than effort. This convergence confirms you were never late, only carefully prepared for this precise moment of release. Chosen One, faith has shifted inside you from effort into embodiment. You no longer repeat hope to convince yourself. Hope lives in your breath, your posture, your decisions. Old coping patterns are loosening without struggle. Overthinking, guarding, distancing, these once protected you, but they are no longer required. You are not careless. You are safe. Safety allows clarity, and clarity invites provision. This is how receiving begins, not with striving upward, but with settling inward. Your nervous system recognizes this season as supportive rather than threatening, and responds by softening instead of bracing, allowing flow to enter without resistance, gently. Anointed One, discernment now feels simpler, not sharper. You sense what aligns without suspicion or fear. What drains you becomes obvious. What nourishes you feels light. This refinement saves energy and protects momentum. Increase often arrives quietly, disguised as responsibility or choice. Do not overlook ordinary days. Many true shifts occur without spectacle. They reveal themselves later through consistency, ease, and sustained growth rather than dramatic beginnings. Stay attentive to subtle confirmations that guide without demanding explanation. These signals are gentle, precise, and perfectly timed for you. Trust them fully as wisdom in motion, arriving quietly but changing everything now. Unchosen. One, integrity in small things matters more now than grand declarations. You may feel drawn to complete tasks, honor promises, and simplify commitments. This is preparation, not pressure. Stewardship precedes expansion. When you care for details faithfully, larger responsibilities arrive naturally. Be patient with habits resurfacing briefly. Awareness dissolves them faster than force. Growth here is gentle, deliberate, and lasting. You are learning consistency without exhaustion, discipline without fear, and focus without rigidity. These qualities build containers strong enough to hold increase without collapse, confusion, or loss of peace. This balance protects both blessing and well-being over the term. Anointed one, saying no becomes easier when yes is aligned. Boundaries now feel like clarity, not withdrawal. Space allows breath, and breath restores intuition. You are not meant to explain every decision. Silence can be protective during transition. Honor what feels private. Seeds grow best underground. Sharing too early can dilute momentum before roots strengthen. Trust that what is forming does not need validation to be real. Protection now is not fear, it is wisdom guiding timing. Your intuition knows when openness serves growth and when restraint preserves it. Follow that sense without apology or explanation, calmly and confidently, always. Chosen one. Ease appearing in your life is not coincidence. When things resolve smoothly, receive that grace without suspicion. Flow indicates cooperation between heaven and your readiness. Effort still exists, but resistance decreases. Gratitude may surface unexpectedly, not for outcomes yet, but for growth achieved. Let that gratitude ground you. It signals completion of one cycle and readiness for another. You earned this awareness through patience, resilience, and faithful persistence. Honor the journey without clinging to its hardship. The next movement will build from strength, not survival. Allow joy to exist alongside seriousness, without guilt, freely and gently within you. Anointed one, comparison loses power as alignment deepens. Others' success no longer threatens your path. It confirms possibility. Blessing moves in waves and proximity matters. Celebrate what you see without shrinking. Your time is not delayed by another's moment. It is activated by resonance, not rivalry. This perspective protects unity within your spirit. When you release competition, cooperation becomes easier to recognize. Your journey unfolds uniquely guided by purpose rather than comparison. Stay rooted in your lane and movement will remain clear. Peace multiplies when focus stays aligned with calling. This focus safeguards momentum and preserves joy deeply within you. Chosen one. Your body is learning safety again. Breath deepens. Tension releases. This physical shift matters. You cannot receive fully while braced for impact. Safety invites creativity. Creativity births solutions. Solutions open doors. This sequence restores flow. Care for your physical needs now. Rest, nourishment, and movement anchor spiritual change. Spiritual expansion requires grounding, so growth integrates without fragmentation. Honor your limits without interpreting them as weakness. Strength expressed gently often lasts longer than force. You are becoming stable enough to hold sustained increase. This stability allows blessings to remain rather than rush away with fear or overwhelm, dissolving completely. Anointed one. You are not becoming someone else. You are returning to yourself without fear. The version of you emerging moves with clarity, receives without guilt, and trusts without tension. You have carried enough. You have proven enough. Now you allow. Presence replaces effort. Permission replaces striving. What unfolds next is supported, grounded, and built to last. This is not an ending, but a stable beginning rooted in truth. Remain open, remain kind to yourself, and remain willing. What arrives now meets you ready rather than reaching. Receive it calmly, confidently, and without hesitation. This moment belongs to you fully. This hour carries weight you can feel in your chest, not fear, but readiness forming quietly. You did not arrive here by habit or curiosity. Heaven has been arranging circumstances, delays, silences, and sudden clarity to bring you into alignment with this precise moment, now alive, aware, listening. Anointed One. What feels like waiting was actually training your nervous system to trust peace again. You survived pressure without becoming bitter loss, without closing and confusion, without quitting. That resilience is evidence you are prepared to receive, increase, without panic, authority, without ego and provision, without fear, returning again. Chosen One. Divine movement often begins internally before anything changes externally. Your thoughts have slowed, your reactions softened, and your discernment sharpened. This is not coincidence. It means alignment is settling into place. When inner order returns, outer chaos loses permission to dominate your decisions or drain your energy anymore. Anointed One. There were seasons you doubted your sensitivity, thinking it made life harder. In truth, it taught you awareness. You learned when to move, when to pause, and when silence carried more power than speech. That wisdom now protects you from unnecessary struggle and positions you to choose well. Chosen. One increase is approaching, but it will not rush you. God does not accelerate to impress. He accelerates to align. What arrives next will match your capacity, not overwhelm it. You are learning to hold blessing without tension and opportunity without self-betrayal. That balance is rare, earned, and intentional. Anointed One, reflect gently on how far you have come. Not to relive pain, but to recognize growth. You no longer chase validation from places that once withheld it. Your worth feels quieter, steadier, rooted deeper than applause. That stability signals readiness for stewardship beyond survival, beyond reaction, beyond fear. Chosen One. Some connections will shift naturally as you change. This is not punishment, it is alignment. Relationships anchored in your old patterns cannot accompany your new posture. Release without resentment. Make space without guilt. What remains will be mutual, nourishing, and sustainable. You are allowed to outgrow what once held. Anointed One, you may feel called to simplify. Less noise, fewer obligations, clearer boundaries. This is wisdom, not withdrawal. Simplicity restores power to intention. When life becomes less crowded, your intuition speaks louder. You will hear guidance without strain, direction without confusion, and peace without explanation. This clarity is protective. Chosen One, stay present in your body as spirit expands. Rest when needed. Eat with care. Breathe deeply. Spiritual growth without grounding leads to imbalance. You are integrating, not escaping. Honoring physical needs strengthens spiritual endurance. This harmony allows blessing to stay rather than overwhelm you. Presence keeps expansion sustainable. Anointed One. Moments of ease will increase. Notice them. When timing flows, help arrives, or solutions appear calmly, pause and receive. These are confirmations, not coincidences. Gratitude anchors abundance. It trains your nervous system to expect support without suspicion. The more you acknowledge flow, the more naturally it continues unfolding. Chosen one, you are redefining success. It no longer means constant striving or visible achievement. It now includes peace, freedom, and integrity. This definition protects you from chasing empty wins. You are choosing sustainability over burnout, depth over display, and meaning over momentum. That wisdom will guide your decisions well. Anointed One, opportunities may soon test your alignment. Not all doors are meant to be opened. Discernment will tell you which invitations carry peace and which carry pressure. Choose what honors your values. Ease does not mean laziness. It means cooperation with divine timing. You are allowed to choose calmly. Chosen one. Uncertainty may still appear. When it does return to what you know, you have been guided before, provision has arrived before, strength emerged before, memory stabilizes faith. Let evidence of survival outweigh fear of unknowns. Trust is built on history, not fantasy. You have history with grace. It remains. Anointed One, speak to yourself kindly. Language shapes experience. Replace criticism with compassion. You are learning, not failing. Progress is not linear. The voice you use internally will influence how freely you receive. Gentleness expands capacity. Harshness restricts it. Choose words that support, strengthen, and stabilize your inner world daily. Chosen one, you are not behind. Timing unfolds uniquely for each path. Comparison distorts perception. Stay with your pace. What is meant for you will not miss you. Trust protects joy. Patience preserves clarity. You are arriving exactly when preparation meets opportunity. This convergence is intentional, not accidental, not delayed. Anointed One, moments of silence will become richer. You no longer fear stillness. It nourishes you. In quiet, guidance surfaces. Answers feel simple. Complexity fades. This is maturity. You're comfortable without constant stimulation. That comfort creates room for insight and instruction. Silence is no longer empty. It is full. Chosen one, gratitude will rise before outcomes appear. Let it. Thankfulness aligns expectation. It signals trust beyond proof. You're learning to bless the process, not just the result. This posture attracts consistency. Abundance responds to appreciation. A thankful heart recognizes provision even while unfolding. That awareness multiplies what arrives. Anointed One, remain open to learning. Growth continues even in peace. Curiosity keeps humility alive. Ask questions. Listen carefully. Wisdom often arrives quietly. You do not outgrow guidance. You refine how you receive it. This openness keeps you adaptable as new responsibilities emerge. Flexibility ensures longevity in what you build. Chosen one, your journey now carries influence. Others will observe how you move. Lead gently. Integrity teaches louder than instruction. You do not need to announce growth. Embody it. Consistency builds trust. Calm authority invites safety. Your presence alone will reassure those watching quietly. This leadership is natural, grounded, enduring. Anointed One. What unfolds next will feel steady, not dramatic. That steadiness is strength. You are anchored, aligned, and supported. Receive without rush. Move without fear. You are ready for what is arriving. Trust this readiness. It was earned through endurance, reflection, and grace. You stand prepared, present, and guided. Chosen one, allow this moment to rest gently upon your spirit. What has been spoken is not random, and it is not late. Heaven has already moved, and you are standing in the exact Kairos moment appointed for you. This is the hour where faith shifts into fulfillment and prayer begins to take form. Nothing you endured was wasted. Nothing you carried was unseen. Anointed One. A supernatural transfer is already in motion. It may not arrive with noise, but it will arrive with certainty. What God is releasing now is aligned with your capacity, your character, and your calling. Stay still enough to recognize it. Stay open enough to receive it. You are not chasing a breakthrough anymore. You are meeting it. Let gratitude go before you. Let peace steady you. Let trust anchor you. What unfolds next will confirm what your spirit already sensed, long before your eyes could see it. Remain faithful in the quiet steps. Remain aligned in your heart. Remain confident that heaven's timing is flawless and intentional. May clarity guard your thoughts. May wisdom guide your decisions. May provision meet you without strain and favor surround you without effort. You are not behind. You are not overlooked. You are right on time. Chosen one. If this word resonated deeply within you, you may affirm it quietly in the comments or share it with another soul who needs encouragement. And if you feel led, stay connected here as this space is held with intention, reverence, and prayer. Go forward in peace. Stay ready. Stay aligned. Your breakthrough has already begun.